not seen since March. So understand again the timeline, September 5th, which was Tuesday, then we only had Sunday to review them at the show, and then now we are to today. So what I did was I physically walked the show and showed members now that we finally had the space numbers, who was affected and how they were affected. That's how we found out about the handicap access, etc. When we came to you last time, we were under the understanding after the prior presentation to us that we were only discussing planting around the light posts. If you look at the legend from the last match that we saw, it just talks about typical planted areas. So when we discussed this as a committee and as a show, we thought we were only discussing those and not these additional 15-foot plantings between the light posts. So we have plantings at the light posts and now between. In the context of that prior discussion, we assessed that unfettered access to our vehicles was impacted now by 20%, but with the new plans, it's almost 70%. So that's what we need to know, and I brought a visual. I actually measured where everybody's vehicles come to, and I placed them on this. So that's the first thing. So just wanted to say that for all of this, the good is the enemy of the best. We've really got to get the best, and I just have the points now that we need to take care of. And it's been a long process for all of us. The first issue is the handicap access, which I brought up. We have 3 people at least. The second issue we have to deal with still, which can be easily solved, is the little mid-red section, that we just need that 18-foot setback and 1 path through. The third issue is that the benches also is established in writing of there's no historic basis, but we're going to put them in anyway, so we believe we can really solve this with some tweaking such as that. We talked about at the meeting moving the benches up further. At the last meeting in March, when brought to us, we were sure there could be minor tweaking once this came back from the state as a concept approval, so that this could be a plan that everybody could stand by. And we also have been, we've done countless number of hours on this. We were asked to come back to you with a plan that could work for us, and I think we've presented that. We are thrilled about the climbing vines, and those wrought iron trellises are beautiful. We feel if we can bring the color up vertically, scale back horizontally where it's not seen anyway and is only going to be damaged, that's a perfect solution. We have to address the unfettered access to the vehicles. And then we want this beautiful and great for everybody. I would hope that we could consider hiding the cans, these trash cans, within the landscaping so they're less obvious, or changing the color to a sand color instead of the dark green against the concrete. And then I'm puzzled. I just wish we could visit some of the species that we've chosen down there for the plants. A lot of the aloes are really defensive planting, and they're not very favorable. I'm not trying to be critical, it's just I would hope that we could find some vegetation that's much more inviting than some of the aloe species that have been picked. And I know from the landscape architect standpoint, the amount of green was so critical to your needs, but if we take an area and we look over it, this area that we're studying is almost all green, and that's what we're missing from this visual. Got the green park on this side and the green park on that side.
Okay.
So I'm going to submit to you, it's embarrassing, it's big, it's ugly, but this is the impact. The pink cars are now all the cars that no longer have access. Loading and unloading. This is that kind of midsection.
Well, that's 5,000 feet.
And you, I know, I had no idea. I was working on it this morning. I didn't know it was this long.
I think I put it the other way around.
No, you're at the top of the craft section here, and this is the handicap part. We have to pick. Right, okay.
There you go.
I didn't have a chance to highlight. We have to look for Garrett, Bedingfield, and then up at the front, the little part that's marked red is actually handicapped.
So here you have your points, and you have communicated those points to Mark.
Yes, we had the special meeting on September 5th. So this was all new and rushed, because again,
And did you,
This is the tiny little crosswalk into the drop-off circular part of the park. And these are all the vehicles that use this area to unload and access to their spaces. And that's why I'm saying it's not. This is a red zone, but it's only red because there's a hydrant here. And it's historically been used as a loading and unloading, and we missed that in the discussion. It's so small, but what will end up happening is we'll have a huge void in this area of the show like happened down below. And it's not worth the cost of closing off the lane all the way up here. But you see, this has gone up from, it was every fifth and sixth car was my printout the last time. Now it's every 2 cars are blocked. And then this area is written as a red, this first little one in front of the building, but it's a handicap parking, so that curb color needs to be changed.
So what you're proposing here is what exactly?
Well, what exactly was when we met in the March meetings, our 13th meeting where Mark came to us and then when we came to you, we were asked to give you solutions in a document. We were not even aware that we were speaking about these areas. The legend of the plan just said typical planted area and the arrow goes there. We thought when we came to you that we were only asking to scale back, please, the planting around the light post, which is this one shows can be done. It'll still be beautiful with that trailing those vines. We had no idea we were also talking about additional 15-foot spaces. So when I came to you, I was saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is impacted. Now, Lori and I came down on Sunday. That's when Ms. Lehman discovered one of these in front of her space. So this is almost every 2 cars are now impacted.
So the red ones indicate the
That
impacted cars?
they no longer have unfettered access to the
Well,
vehicles.
but they have most. I mean, they get
No.
cars.
Well, see,
it's not 100%, but it's
No, but
90%.
if you look at the one on your right, they will unload from the back. See, so they won't be able to access the back of their vehicle. And then I actually wrote down everybody's number and then I tried to cut them to scale. Now this is at the end of the day, so people move a little bit around to accommodate loading and unloading. But yes, I tried to be.
They're long cars.
Well, they look long, but transportation uses 18 feet to figure for each vehicle. Most of these are well under the 18 feet. What I did was marked out where they fell on the, most of them come under the 18 feet. We have a lot of people in smaller vehicles now. So those are the things that were overlooked. And then we had also talked about moving the other set of benches that are well beyond the show where they won't be used, pulling them up into the red zone.
So I'm not sure we can work all of this here, this venue.
We need a little more time.
No, well, you have communicated, you have addressed seen some of this?
In part, there's been a discussion about one handicap space. I don't know about these other 2. That's new to me.
Very good.
I can answer the Commission's questions as they come.
Okay. So, the chest, I think to figure out where are the crucial points. Well, maybe we'll do it after the public comment. But I'm trying to narrow the points of contention so we can move this along. I understand the lamp post, you say it's 15 feet and you want to reduce it to 6. Right? That was the
Right.
And right now you're showing, what, 6 feet here?
No, that's the 7.5 feet in each direction, or if you're saying 6 from the cement, maybe, I'm not sure if the measurement goes from the center. That's a 15-foot span.
From one corner to the other corner. And you would like to cut it to 6? Is that what you're
Right,
saying?
so that the vines can grow up beautifully.
Okay. So, and how about these spaces? What do you want to do with these? You want to eliminate the, I'm trying to figure
Yes,
out what is that you
those,
want.
we were under the understanding that they were never there, so.
Okay. What is the third thing?
And
What do you want to do over there?
The third thing here is all we would like is that 18-foot strip here and 1 or 2 paths here so that people can still load and unload. Because otherwise, these people have no access, to their...
So these people have
their
access,
spaces.
but these guys...
Well, this was red but not planted in. Now with the proposed plan, it'll be red but planted in.
Okay.
And they will not be able to load
So
and
we
get
have
to their
three
spaces.
areas. One is the lamp post
Right.
planting, the one that reduced to 6, You want these guys eliminated,